Hi, everybody. I'm Sherry Hudson Passy from the SLIG Committee, and with me is Angela Packer-McGhie, who has come to talk to us about her course, Intermediate Evidence Analysis Practicum. That's a big
I
title.
know, if I quit putting long titles on them, huh?
It's a great title. This is going to be a really fun class. Can you give us a brief overview of what people can expect?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So this one grew out. I do an advanced evidence analysis practicum, and we've been doing that for about 10 or 12 years.
Yes.
And it's a really fun course, but some people were a little bit intimidated to take it because it is quite advanced and it throws students into 5 different cases to try and solve them. And so as a step or entryway into that, we created the Intermediate Evidence Analysis Practicum. So they're still learning the same skills, but instead of 5 cases, we do 2 cases over 5 weeks. And so they get more step-by-step instruction. We do some instruction and then some helping them solve the case. Because if anyone's not familiar with the advanced one, right, we give them the introduction and then let them go home, work on the case, and come back and talk to the instructor. Exactly. And so the advanced one has a case every week. The intermediate one, you have 2.5 weeks. And so we work together as a class to create the research plan, and then they go home and conduct that research, and then come back and talk about what worked, what didn't work, what rabbit holes they fell down, what clue they missed that would have led them to other records. And so it's just kind of guided research for people who want to, learn how to do it or test their skills to see if they can solve it, but in a little bit easier manner. Exactly. And so we are going, we're going step by step, so then they do learn research planning, recording their research, resolving conflicts in the evidence, but thinking about what records they might need. So it's a hands-on course, but it's a guided research course.
So fun. Are there any prerequisite? Who is this class for? I mean, what level do you need to be, or do you have to have taken other classes before? What would you recommend?
So this one, I mean, they need to have solid research skills, right? Because we're expecting them to do the research, but it is more at an intermediate level, where the advanced one was really for students who had done like advanced methodology or had, more experience to test their skills. The intermediate one, we're going to help walk them through and learn the process, right? And so there's not really a prerequisite other than that they know how to research, and we'll help them learn whatever else they need.
That sounds fun. Now you said we, so who else is involved in this?
Okay, so this course right now is taught by myself and Karen Stanberry. So I do one case and teach, a lot of the principles, and she comes behind me and does another case, slightly more advanced, but still not all the way to the advanced practicum, but so that they get a little bit more of a challenge. But just like I do, she works with them, for an hour to work through the case and solve a portion, and then gives them a portion to go home and work on, and then come back and solve another portion together, and then a final piece that they do at home. So, so that they learn the process, they know exactly what's expected. We evaluate each record as we go along, so they're learning to analyze and to correlate, is this consistent with what we saw before? Is it conflicting? And so we'll teach all of those skills in the process of working through these 2 cases.
This sounds so much fun.
So 2 really instructors right now.
Yeah. So it sounds like so much fun. Is there anything else that you would like to say about this course? It sounds to me like it's a perfect course, I think, too, for people who are trying to jump into maybe an institute class as well.
Oh, yeah, it would be a good entry if it were their first institute, because we're also, having some syllabus material and information provided, but to be helpful in addition to working the cases. I know when we just taught it in the spring, and, so I asked all the students, what are you here to learn? And a lot of them said, the structure or the organization, how do we do it and approach it? So we tried to be very methodical, and, asking them to be methodical in the way they report their results to us as well. And so, some of them were used to that, some of them weren't. Some of them loved it and adopted it for other projects. Some of them by the last week went back to doing it their own way, which is okay because they at least tried our way, right?
Exactly.
But Yeah, so learning those kinds of skills, that's who this course is designed for.
That's wonderful. I think it could work for everybody. Even people who've been researching and have taken the advanced. It might be fun to go back and just work through some cases and do it a little bit slower. Maybe just make sure you've got those foundations. It's always good to take a class and kind of refresh your memory. So
Oh, it is. I love to take classes too.
yeah, I
It's
love
very
it. I
fun.
love it. Well, thank you so much. If you're interested in this course, please go to the SLIG website and look up registration so you can find out when you can register and when it's going to be offered. And with that, we'll say goodbye for today. Thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you here, Angela. Bye-bye.